The best way to experience the State Fair of Texas, if you're interested in the way it existed in 1936, is to go in through the Perry Avenue gates, right where George Dahl, the supervising architect for the entire exposition, designed two symmetrical gates that framed a single 75-foot tall pylon with a lone star of Texas shining over the fairgrounds above it. And his goal in recreating the fairgrounds, which had been in existence since 1886, was to create the image of Texas as what a guidebook called an empire on parade. The kind of architecture Dahl and his associates designed really emphasized scale and grandeur from the 1,000-foot-long esplanade framed by the Centennial Building on one side and the Automobile Building on the other, with three great niches with monumental sculpture, reinforcing this theme of Texas as a modern empire on its own.
One of my favorite buildings at Fair Park is the Hall of State, but not for the reasons that you might suspect. My advice is to visit the Hall of State on a gray and cloudy day. As you walk up to the building, take a good and long look at the magnificent doors, because most people just brush past these doors. They are masterpieces of casting. Go inside Hall of State and make a right turn and go all the way to the right to the South Texas Room. This is a magical room. It's very subtle, and what makes it magical is that it has aluminum leaf along the walls, which is very unusual to see. This casts a very delicate silvery light in the room, particularly on a cloudy day. And as you spend time in that room, realize how beautifully integrated the room is in every aspect, from the stonework to the murals on the walls. I hope you enjoy it.
One of the key themes in Art Deco architecture is collaboration between artists, architects, and sculptors to create an incredibly beautiful masterpiece that is the sum result of all their work. And one of the best examples of this at Fair Park is the Women's Museum, which opened in 2000 but closed in 2011. It's in a building that was originally designed to be the City Coliseum in 1910, that was modified by George Dahl in 1936 to be the administration building of Fair Park. And it was the result of collaboration between Dahl, between the muralist Carlo Ciampaglia, and the sculptor Raul José, and another sculptor, Jose Martin. The centerpiece that you should look for is the sculpture of the spirit of the centennial, a nude woman standing on top of a cactus who's framed with a mural representing icons of Texas behind her.
When you're at the State Fair, make sure to visit the Magnolia Building. It's easy to miss because it's very low and pushed a little back a ways from the rest of the fair. But if you go up to the building, you'll notice that this is one of the very first modernist buildings built in Texas. And it's known for its industrial style looking architecture, particularly the handrails that go around the second level and also go around the staircases. And it's those staircases that I think you should take a close look at. One of the aspects of early modernism was to take inspiration from industrial architecture, that everything would be manufactured by machines. However, these stair rails were manufactured largely by hand. And if you look at some of the joints very closely, you'll see little crooked aspects of them, little flaws that actually make it charming. And what this means is that it makes us realize that early modernism was very much hand-produced during those very early years and not produced in factories.